we're talking about cutting better players today for undrafted rookies. And I like Xavier Weaver. I think that's a good move. Let's highlight him for a second. Here's what I want to say about the Colorado rookie. I think there's an opportunity for him if he looks good in practice.
Mm-hmm.
Zay Jones comes back. That's going to be a tough call because I'm going to tell you right now, Zach Pascal, are you going to trade 12 more games of Zach Pascal for Xavier Weaver, who could be your next Dermacado infatuation? You got him on a 4-year rookie deal, making no money. I don't be surprised if Xavier Weaver, I told this to Craig Morgan, who's got an article dropping in 15 minutes ago, phnx.com. Don't be surprised if he makes this team for the entire year. You can't be cut. If this is how you want a team build, don't cut the best player of the preseason for your team for a guy, in Zay Jones and Zach Pascal, who aren't going to be around long term.
Yeah. He's got an opportunity here and he can take advantage of it. It's with Zay Jones being suspended for the 5 games, there's a couple different routes that he can make himself stick, right? And I think one is in the return game with the expanded role of Greg Dortch. And I know Dortch has expressed that he wants, even with an expanded role, he wants to continue to do kick return, punt return. But Drew Petzing at some point is going to say, hey, hold on, or Jeff Rogers is going to say, hey, with Dortch playing a role on offense, let's get somebody else out there in the return game. Weaver can get a spot there. And I think he could do it also outplaying a guy like Chris Moore. And I like what I've seen from Chris Moore, but I think that's probably the path to a spot. I don't know if it's necessarily like Pascal, because Pascal's got such a unique role that nobody, most wide receivers don't want to play as far as run blocking. And I know that's an emphasis for every wide receiver, but Pascal does it better than anybody else. And I don't think Weaver has the build to do that. I think he could, when Jones comes back, Moore and then Dortch's spot in the return game could be spots for him going forward beyond that.
Yeah, he's too talented. And again, you've got a player who, they released Tajon Palmer today, who was a 6th rounder, right? And they released Jaden Davis, and they're keeping an undrafted kid. And his skill set translates. We were wondering, would it translate from the Pac-12 with Colorado's kind of up and down team last year? The roster wasn't great, and they lost a lot of games, much to the approval of producer Damon Dog. But he's come in. He looks the part. He's separating from people every time we watch him. So of all in my opinion, the disappointing news that have come out with this team in the last 24 hours, that's a bright spot. That's a kid that's worth watching.
We all silly like the mayor.